All right, everyone. Supposedly Donald Trump, according to the Democrats and the Kamala Harris campaign, wants to destroy Social Security. We've seen this reckoned every single election cycle for like the past 40 years. The Democrats trot it out every 4 years and say the Republicans are coming for your Social Security, which isn't even a welfare program. You're paying in, and so then you take it back out. By the way, my phone is going off. Unfortunately, as of the update, it has audio again and doesn't just vibrate. I don't know exactly how that happened. Anyway, Donald Trump came out the other day, link in the description, archived of course, and reiterated, much like he has with other issues, we'll get to some of those as well, that not only does he support the existence of Social Security, he wants Social Security not to be taxed at all. So if you're getting, SSI or something like that, then you wouldn't have to pay any taxes on that income. You can have a gig on the side or something like that. You're semi-retired or whatever. He doesn't want to tax you at all on Social Security. That seems to be the direct opposite of what is being claimed by the Democrats about Trump. Supposedly he wants to destroy Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. He wants to get away from all of those things and just lay them to waste and get rid of them. Here's the thing about Social Security. It's a pay-in and draw-out program. The big problem is that those funds get raided by Congress on a regular basis. Do I believe that Social Security should exist? Yes, I actually do. I say this as a libertarian. Do I believe it should be involuntary? No. I don't believe that anyone should be forced to pay in. I believe that if a person does pay in, they should be able to draw back out. Maybe they become disabled, they've retired, whatever happens, happens. If they wish to pay into a centrist government fund, that's perfectly fine. It's no different than any other form of investing. As long as it's voluntary, it's perfectly fine, and it's not a welfare program because people are paying into it. I just don't like the involuntary side of it. For example, I'm not expecting to need Social Security when I'm old. I don't want Social Security when I'm old. Should I be forced to pay in? No. Can I pay in if I choose to do so? Yeah, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not welfare at all. The Democrats have said all sorts of weird shit about Trump. Trump is going to put women barefooting in the kitchen and ban abortion. He's come out over and over for decades, not even just as President Trump or post-President Trump, but even before he launched his campaign. He's come out over and over and said, no, I believe that a woman should be able to have the right to choose. There are limits on it. It's not Ralph Northam mode, but he's made that fairly clear. Trump is going to throw gay people off of buildings. That's very interesting because he's come out repeatedly and said he doesn't give a fuck what people do. You remember the whole Caitlyn Jenner Trump Tower bathroom thing. Very interesting. Trump is a racist. That's interesting since he seems to hang around a lot with rappers that are generally black and a bunch of Hispanic people and stuff like that. He hates women. No. He likes women a little bit too much. That's the whole problem. All of these tales that are told about Donald Trump, what he's going to do if he's in office, all hell will break loose. World War III will happen if Trump is elected. He's the first Republican president in a very, very long time that never started a war. In fact, he ended a war. Unsuccessfully, though, because Biden decided to punt the date back, therefore angering people, Pashtun culture in Afghanistan, but he did the best that he could. Donald Trump is going to destroy the economy. That's interesting because we had actually a deflationary economy for some time when he was in office. Donald Trump is deranged. Well, you just saw the Democratic presidential candidate stand down because he's demented. Everything that they say about Donald Trump is actually like the Uniparty is doing it. The same is true of Social Security. Donald Trump is not going to act. They always drag this out. This is why elderly voters have switched to the Democratic Party, and oddly the youth has switched to the GOP at this point, which is hilarious. Elderly voters worry about, am I going to get my Social Security? Is it going to keep pace with inflation? Am I going to get out what I put in? The answer is usually going to be no, by the way. Is my Medicare going to be cut? Donald Trump has reiterated over and over and over again, and with this in a very big way, that he's not interested in touching your fucking retirement funds. He's not interested in doing so. He's effectively saying, hey, if you're on Social Security, so you're retired or disabled or something, I actually want you to have more money. Well, that's very interesting. It's almost a liberal position. It's more liberal than what Kamala is suggesting with regards to Social Security, Medicaid, and Medicare and stuff like that. And I support the position. I think that everyone should pay less taxes. I've had people call me a fascist, by the way. They'll like DM me and say, well, you're a fascist, you want rich people to pay less, you're a cuck. No, I want everyone to pay less. I think that poor people should pay less. I think that middle classers should pay less. I think that the upper middle class should pay less. And yeah, I believe that billionaires should pay less as well. I think the less money we give to government, the less they can wage wars. I think that's a good idea. Oddly, this is effectively a liberal position. It's just a classically liberal position as opposed to a retarded neoliberal position. That's what these people who have a problem with me typically hold. Or they're neocons and they look at my username and think I worship the devil or something like that, which is equally funny. I noticed, by the way, it was funny. I was ruminating on this the other day. Over the course of time that I've been a content creator, I've gotten so much more shit from people that are on the left wing than people who are like even evangelicals. Like they'll say like, I'll pray for you or something like that, but they never threaten to kill me. I mean, a couple times that happened, but I can't vouch for who they were. But I've had a bunch of leftoids do that. I'm going to kill you, you fucking Nazi. I'm going to beat you up. Ha ha ha. It's like petulant bullshit. It's like, good luck, dude. There's a reason that I open carry. Trump declaring that he wants to end any taxation on Social Security benefits is actually a really big win for him. And that's the reason why most of the legacy media ain't talking about it. Because they don't want to give him any credit. They're in the honeymoon period with Kamala Harris, her Kasich effect period. And so they're trying to talk about her relatively less too, unless they're fawning over her. They don't want to talk about her views on issues. You think that CNN is going to cover this and say, Trump is vowing that he wants to end taxation on Social Security. Kamala Harris ain't pledging to such a thing. You think that they're going to fucking cover that? Yeah, I don't think so. Once in a blue moon, they occasionally cover something that's positive about Donald Trump. Like with the Abraham Accords, for example. They were unable to avoid covering that, and they were unable to find any angle to attack him on because it's a good idea and everyone agreed upon it, so they begrudgingly gave him credit. That's basically the only time, actually, in his entire presidency. Since then, we've seen only a wall of horseshit about Donald Trump. He's going to rip apart Social Security. He's going to do a blanket abortion ban, even though he's come out, again, for over a decade and said it's a states' rights issue. Let the states decide. I ain't taking your abortions away. You can go and get an abortion. I just don't want a third trimester abortion because it's murder. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a moralist in any way, shape, or form. I believe women should be able to do whatever the fuck they want. I'm not in favor of third trimester abortions. If there's viability, you are conducting a murder in that case. If you go and stab a baby, you get in trouble for that. You get prosecuted for it. I don't see the difference. The same is true on Social Security. Trump is effectively a centrist, leans left on some issues. People don't understand this. Donald Trump is not some fascistic far-right god emperor. He's effectively a soft reset to like the Reagan era. He doesn't care about these particular issues. He's not hyper-religious. He's not a moralist. He's not a fascist. He's not, he's got some authoritarian leanings, but, name the politician, I'll show you the authoritarianism unless it's Ron Paul or somebody like that. He's a centrist on these issues. The Democrats have become the radicals. They're more likely to go after your fucking Social Security. They'll keep raiding it to pay for DEI programs. That's about all. Peace out.